There's a lot of trash count that you can make up right at the end of the dungeon, right before the final boss here, and it's relatively easy trash to mass AoE down. Of course, remember, it's a tyrannical dungeon, so the trash is going to be significantly less dangerous. And, of course, the trash helps you kill itself as well with those Mana Void debuffs, right? Arcane Bomb is actually what it's called. Sorry, not Mana Void. And, you can kind of mass AoE those down, but they're going to have to pull something like 4 trash packs to make up that trash difference. So, Level's pretty secure in their lead here. The only downside, of course, is that they've already used that battle res, right? Team Swee's going to have that backup just in case something goes wrong for them. If Levels has a death on this boss, they're just going to be down that person for the rest of the boss encounter, so we'll have to keep an eye on them for that.
Yeah, definitely have to watch that, as they are dealing with these Eagle packs. There's nothing you can do to speed up these Eagle packs, unfortunately. There used to be something, but it actually got fixed recently. You were able to actually just pull these Eagles as they're flying above the platform. You could just, with a ranged ability, just aggro them faster. But they actually made them untargetable now, so they have to just do the waves one by one. But Team Sui now done as Levels is as well, and now they're just picking up those orbs, making sure they're throwing it into that goal to make sure the boss is spawning. And on this platform, really not much they can do when it comes to trash. There isn't anything here, so they're just gonna have to solo the boss. But this boss can also be pretty dangerous with that stacking debuff that you get from the Screech, and eventually does do quite a lot of AoE damage. So they're gonna have to make sure they use their defenses properly, depending on how many stacks they want to play with.
Yeah, and I imagine the strategy here is just going to be go for some sort of max DPS scenario, right? I don't know if you can go so far as to try to line up the damage amp on the boss with a Thundering proc. Maybe you can do that, at the super high levels of keys. It would be really impressive if we see them pull it off here. I guess it also depends on when the Thundering is going to be, right? If the Thundering is going to be 30 seconds into the pull, it's kind of hard to line that up. You have to burst a lot of boss damage down and then instantly dunk all of the 3 balls. But of course, the main mechanic of this boss are those 2 goals that you have to drop the balls off into, right? At 75%, the first one will open up, and we'll see them drop them off into the fire goal. And of course, once all 3 of those balls are dropped off there, the boss will take an insane amount of increased damage for, I believe, 10-15 seconds or so. And it, of course, like you said, reset that Screech debuff. That's the main source of group damage on this fight. Later on, I think 45%, they have a chance to unlock the wind goal. But a lot of people tend to try to delay that as much as possible, because that kind of makes the encounter a lot harder.
Yeah, and it also costs you DPS as well, because once that buff runs out, that makes you not be moved by the wind, you'll just constantly get moved around the platform, and then there's tornadoes and swirlies on the ground, and it's very difficult to actually just get your damage out, especially if you're a ranged DPS.
But a lot of people tend to try to delay that as much as possible, because that kind of makes the encounter a lot harder.
Able to cast as much as and it also costs you DPS as well, because so we'll see how long the delay runs out. It makes you not be moved by the wind. Probably depends on how low the cost is, or also depends on the Thundering buff. Tornadoes and swirlies on the ground. Thundering is also something we haven't really talked about. This is the first and the your damage out, the seasonal affix range DPS.
A lot of people tend to try to delay that as much as possible, because that kind of makes the encounter a lot harder.
In the MDI, but I would say that as much as and it also costs you DPS as well, so we'll see how long the delay runs out, and really makes you not possibly even playing around. Probably depends on how long constantly get moved around. Depends on the Thundering buff. Thundering is also something we haven't really talked about. This is the first and your damage out a little bit before you range.
A lot of people tend to try to delay that as much as possible.
Something like that is
kind of makes the encounter a lot harder.
In the MDI, but I would say that as much as and it also costs you DPS as well, so we'll see how long